Hey guys, so we are out here at the OHV Park here in Prairie City, just east of Sacramento, about 30 minutes away. And I've got my F-150 out here. So the reason why I brought my truck out here is because I'm going to be doing some experimenting. Okay, so it's super windy out here. I got my cattail on my mic, so I hope you guys can hear me okay. So again, this is a 2012 Ford F-150 Lariat, and this is really a great truck. I use this truck for pretty much towing everything, hauling whatever everything you can think of. I've had this for quite a few years, and this is my go-to truck for doing home projects, going camping with the family and whatnot. But I don't ever take it off trails for several reasons, which I won't get into right now. But what I do want to show you is that you can see this is really a stock pickup truck. It's got low running boards, it's got highway tires, there's no lifts on here, no suspension modifications. In fact, that side step is 11 inches from the ground, and the lowest point on this truck is my rear differential. So that sits at just below 9 inches. Okay, so that's my lowest point in the truck. Other than my suspension hangers on each side there, those do hang down just right around 7 inches, but hopefully that won't be an issue as we take our truck around the park. Lastly, all tires are set at 40 psi, if I didn't say that earlier. So here we go. Oh man, did you guys hear that? That was pretty painful. Alright, so this is day 2 on the trail, and I do apologize the audio cut out for whatever reason. So anyways, that little section right there, that little hoop, is where I did some damage yesterday to my running board. And as you can see right here, that running board is off my truck. So I took those off last night. Now I'm back out here and doing a little more testing. So here we are. And it did much better without the running board, obviously. So this part right here, I wanted to test my approach angle, and also I want to see, once I got my front wheel on the rock, if my bumper was going to drag, my rear bumper was going to touch, and it didn't. So now I understand that I can at least go up. This right here is 16 degrees at this point in my truck. And I also should know here is that I'm still running my highway tires at full highway air pressure at 40 psi, and the tires are almost bald. I think it's around, I don't know, 30 seconds, literally bald. And so as you guys are crawling over the rocks or anything that's really bumpy, it's, at least for me, I think it's really important to keep everything in 4 low. I know a lot of you guys like to keep things in 4 high, but if you want to crawl and for maximum traction and grip, 4 low is the way to go. That way you don't overspin your tires and you put more torque, to the rubber and to the rock. So that's my recommendation. Okay, so here we are at the far end of the park, where there's a little bit more rocks, and these aren't really hardcore. So we're about between 12 and 15 degree slope according to my truck, and these boulders that we're going over right now are anywhere from 12 inches, but they're in the right location where you might hit your differential. But in this particular case, I didn't hit anything because I chose the high side. And that's one thing, something to consider if you guys are off-roading, is try not to straddle boulders. I think from my experience, it's best to always put your tire on the high side, and that way you don't drag your axle or your differentials. And if you don't have any skid plates like I don't have here, you'll minimize the damage to your transfer case and transmission. So as you guys can see, just keep the wheel on the high side. But I would love to hear your guys' experience and what are your thoughts about rock crawling, not big rocks, but like this kind of stuff with your stock low clearance truck. So I'd love to hear your comments down below. Okay, so now I'm setting up to go to the on the obstacle just to the left of that, which is a little bit more, it's actually steeper and a little bigger rocks. These are around 15-inch rocks that just sits right where you need to be, but just in the right location where you're gonna hit your differential or something. So as you can see right now, I'm spinning out. A lot of this has to do with me not lowering my air pressure, but also my tires are bald. I'm in furlough, and you just want to make sure you go slow. If you see the tires spinning, just stop, because the more you spin, the less traction you're going to have. That's just simple physics. So make sure you're not bouncing around, just on the gas. It's a good way to break something in your truck, whether it's a Land Cruiser or F-150 or Tacoma. The more you bounce, the more damage you're going to do. That's my opinion. What are your thoughts on that? So right about here, there's a big rock right in the center where I needed to put my front tire. I couldn't go around, so I did hit my differential right there. But overall, it did really good. Pretty impressed. So right about now, we're gonna have some fun for the rest of the video. So coming around this corner, I want to take this little dirt hill going down. And as I approach this section, I noticed I hear a little bit of grinding noise, which I wasn't too afraid of. But then right here, I hear a little bit more. And at this point, it was too late to reverse. And at this point, I'm pretty much high centered. My front wheels are off the ground, and my back wheels off the ground as well. So I'm basically on the frame, trying to get loose. Okay, so I'm gonna put my piece of board I keep in my truck at all times with my bottle jack. I'm gonna put it underneath this rear leaf spring. We're gonna get the weight off. Try and get the weight off the frame with the bottle jack, and then if all goes well, all the weight will get on the front and I can just drive off with the bottle jack in the upright position. So I hope this will work. This is one thing that you just can't do with the high lift jack. Nice. So you guys just saw there, as I was going up, the whole truck just slid forward. And that's exactly what we're trying to do. And like I said, you just can't do this with a high lift jack. And this is why I think everybody should carry a bottle jack in the recovery gear for this one specific reason. And of all the times I've been stuck, I have never had to use or need to use a high lift jack, honestly. Because one, they're just big and they're, it could be dangerous and they can backfire and it can be scary. Okay, so the truck moved forward, I would say about 4 inches. So we're gonna just keep going. Okay, here it goes. I can feel it moving slowly. Okay, here it goes. Come on, go. Nice. Okay, so hopefully that's enough for me to just drive the truck off. So I'm gonna go back in the truck, get it started, and we'll give it a try. right, so I am really close. I moved about, I would say, good 8 inches. I'm going to jack it up again under the frame and see if we can move it a little bit more. So it's definitely working. So let's keep going. It's 5 inches. Both my tires are off the ground, and I'm gonna try and engage my front tire traction control with gas and brake, and hopefully it'll get just enough to where it'll move forward. But I'm gonna keep the bottle jack under the leaf spring, and as I go forward, the jack should just fall forward. Okay, so let's give that a try. Let me change the camera angle. Okay, let's give that a try. I do apologize, the audio just kind of cut out my video for whatever reason. So I'm in my truck right now, trying to shake this baby loose. It got a little bit sideways, and as you can see, the bottle jack just fell over, which is fantastic. No damage to the truck or anybody else. So that's what's nice about this bottle jack method if you're high centered in this situation here. So just so you guys know, all of this was unplanned. We were just out here playing with the truck to see what it can and can't do, things I should be mindful when I go out in the real world. And so this was a great opportunity for me to show you guys another recovery method other than using your high lift jack or max tracks or things like that, or a shovel. And a lot of you might have said, well, you just shove a rock under there. And believe me, you can't shovel this stuff. This is all rocks and boulders covered by some dirt. And I did try putting some rock under there, but when you're high centered on the frame, there's not much you can do other than try to get the frame off that rock. Because for that rock to work, to shove under the tire, you got to get that rock under the tire. So, which is great, but again, this is just something different that you guys may never seen, and it's a very useful method to doing self-recovery. So here we go. We're going to be going up another couple inches, and this is where it should start falling forward here shortly. And just note that once you guys start seeing the truck move in any direction, make sure you stop and back off. Not that the bottle jack's going to spring back and hit you in the face, maybe, but I don't think so. So usually if it does go, it'll just fall over to the side. Okay, so it should be right about now. It should start moving. And there it goes. Perfect. So just so you guys know, this my truck, it was in park with the brake on. So make sure you guys do set the brake and do set, in park. This is automatic, obviously. And that way when you do this particular exercise in the real world, that it's not going to drive off down the hill. Because I've seen some crazy videos out there on YouTube. So just FYI. And as you guys saw here, I did this in multiple steps. I think I want to say 4 times. So just be patient, go take small steps, a few inches at a time, and eventually you'll get loose. Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. I'm Brian with the F-360 Wagon Family. If you guys like this kind of stuff, make sure you guys subscribe. And if you like the video, make sure you guys give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. And please feel free to leave me your comments about how you guys might or would get out of that situation if you were me. So I'd love to hear those comments. Anyways, until next time, I'll see you guys on the trail.